Or says can.
Salam.
Right. So is this Elvina online?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I shall send you because now the university has notified yesterday to switch on physical classes on online classes. So although it is for 2 weeks, but nobody knows it may continue further. Anyhow, whatsoever is the mode, the lecture shall continue as per timetable, either physically or online. So
Okay, sir.
I have, I shall send you email of the attendance. So as usual, you shall take the snapshots, and by the end of each week, mean on Wednesday when your practical is over, on Wednesday or Thursday, you can send me all snapshots. All right.
Okay, sir.
And you shall put the attendance on daily basis on the attendance sheet that I shall email you after this lecture. That is a
Okay.
Word file. and name written of all, you shall write absent or present in front of every student in that page. You shall keep this. So it has 6 attendance. So for 2 weeks, it shall be completed. Once it is completed, you shall make another template of that. And after 2 weeks, you shall send me the file once and keep changing the names of the file. Attendance one, attendance, because it is for 2 weeks. So this is for the attendance of the, it is now our third week of study, isn't it? Or higher?
Yes, sir.
When the semester
No, sir, third
started?
week.
When semester
Mm,
started?
First March.
No, it was started on 22nd of February. So it means 3 weeks been passed. So I have your 3 weeks attendance with me. I have 2 weeks attendance. No, yes. Yes, the semester was started late, 2 weeks late on March 1st. So 2 weeks attendance I have with me. So you shall mark this attendance, attendance of week 3 or attendance dash 3, you can say. So 3
Yes, sir.
and it shall include week 3 and 4. So then you shall save another file, attendance week 5, 7 onwards. All right.
Yes, sir.
So for 2 weeks, you shall record every day when you are having this snapshot, save the snapshot, send me by the end of your practical, so mean Wednesday, or you can send on Thursday morning as well. And similarly, you can send me the other linkage, that is the attendance after 2 weeks, once it has been completed, and share with you as well with a different file name for each week. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So we were discussing the sesquiterpenoids. So let me share. So I haven't have short form the slides for these lectures. So for these 2 weeks, so I'm just going to make use of this CamDraw for presenting my lecture. So you can keep recording just like this is a board I am presenting you. So you shall keep noting your lectures from this one. I don't have a backup of this. So you have come across farnesyl pyrophosphate, which is originating from geranyl pyrophosphate or nerol pyrophosphate and converts uh, into farnesyl pyrophosphate after reacting with an isoprenyl unit. So this is biosynthetically you have come across farnesyl pyrophosphate. It can be converted then into a variety of different sesquiterpenoids. You have seen a few of them, uncyclic farnesyl pyrophosphate. Similarly, cyclic, you have come across zingiberine. You have also come across bisabolene. You have come across a few more about the farnesyl pyrophosphate I have presented in a previous lecture. Today, I am just going to present a few of them in more detail. Alpha-santonin. Alpha-santonin is a natural product, the structure of which took long time to confirm. So I'm just going to present first the structure of the terpenoid, just look at the structure as I'm going to present. All right, so in this molecule, just look at here. I'm presenting this. You can count. There are 15 carbons present in the molecule. Just make a count quickly.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is the structure that you can see. It has asymmetric centers are also present in this molecule. You can just focus on this. Let's say if I present this with if I mark this with the steric in red, this is showing the asymmetric center. You can see this is the asymmetric centers. So how many isomers are possible? If you remember, the formula for that is n to raise power 2. This n is the number of asymmetric centers. So n to raise power 2 is a formula. So here 3 asymmetric centers are there. So you shall put here 3. So 3, sorry, this is opposite. 2 to raise power n. The formula is 2 to raise power n. N is the number of asymmetric center. So here 3 asymmetric centers are there. So you shall have 2 to raise power 3. 2 to raise power 3 is equal to 8. So it means 8 isomers are possible. But what the nature is doing? Alpha santonin. This is commonly called alpha santonin. Alpha santonin. This is the name of this natural product. Right? So you can see this is the alpha santonin. Alpha santonin is a sesquiterpenoid. You can see 10 carbons in the ring, 11, 12, 13, 14, and carbonyl is 15. So you shall be very looking at this molecule, how this has been appearing. Look at, this is the chain, the methyl, which comes outside, terminal ones. So they are undergoing formation of asymmetric center because it form a 10-member ring. Then a positive charge is here. So this carbon donates pi electron here to make another double bond here. Positive charge generates here. One hydrogen leaves from here. Then it undergo hydroxylation at this position and then oxidation. So upon oxidation, it converts into carbonyl. Later, dehydrogenase work and create a carbon-carbon double bond. Remove the hydrogen from this side. This is the very similar structure you have come across, just what is happening. Let's say one molecule that I have already presented to you was, if you remember, at this position is bisabolene. If you see, you are having, and similar type of the structure you are having in fact. So it generates this. Similarly, that molecule, if you remember, generates an isopropyl unit at this position. This is the isopropyl unit. You see, this is CH, CH3, and this is it was also CH3. But I have presented that this undergo oxidation stepwise. Methyl first converts into hydroxymethyl, mean secondary alcohol, then it is oxidized to aldehyde, then to carboxylic acid. This is how this methyl has been oxidized into carboxylic acid. Then a hydroxylation takes place at this position opposite to this component, and it generates a OH. Then OH and carboxylic acid reacts to form an ester. This is how this ester, this extra ring has been generated. These 10 carbons which are originating from here are making the same ring you have seen in other lower sesquiterpenoids. But these methyls are already traditionally present at this position, and this isopropyl unit is also present. It undergo oxidation and then generates this one. And you have seen these transformations, how these undergo oxidation and dehydrogenations. So this is how alpha santonin is biosynthetically synthesized. You shall draw with the you shall learn how these are going to be synthesized. So I shall prefer that first of all you should draw yourself the biosynthesis of alpha-synuclein. In next lecture, you shall upload. I shall see a few of you can sit in the presence of or in the group form and try to construct the biosynthesis of this from farnesyl pyrophosphate. The hint of this 10-member ring I have already provided. The changes I have also made a commentary, and you are going to finalize the biosynthesis of this yourself. All right. So this is the structure of the alpha centronin. I'm just going to present right now that how we concluded the structure of this, how the structure of alpha centronin was finalized. So it was studied that when alpha centronin was synthesized, when it was isolated, so its structure was confirmed with a very long study. What it indicates? It indicates that when this molecule is reacted with HCl, or let's say not HCl, I say HI, hydroiodic acid. When this has been, let's see, when this has been reacted with HI hydroiodic acid, hydroiodic acid, very strong acid. If you are comparing this with, let's see, HCl is less acidic, that HBr is more acidic than HCl, and HI is most acidic than them. All right. So what it performs is, this HI protonates this OH. Once it is been protonated, so this pi electron transfer to this, let's say what happened, it produces H positive one, very strong acid. So we get this oxygen is protonated. So once it is been protonated, it converts into a cation. So let me put a positive charge on this oxygen. Once it is positively charged, it became electron deficient. So if it is electron deficient, so what happens? So let me, if I draw this structure, so what shall happen? It shall take this pi electron to stabilize positive charge on this. So if it is going to do so, so this pi electron shall transfer at this position. All right. Now this carbon shall become electron deficient. So what happens at the same time? This methyl transfers to this carbon. Now look at, I'm just going to change the color of these arrows. Now what shall happen? This electron is transferring, this molecule shall be aromatized. You see, it is not an aromatic carbon. This ring is not aromatic. But when this is protonated, this pi electron transfers to stabilize positive charge. This pi electron transfer here to stabilize positive charge generated on this carbon. This carbon shall become electron deficient. At the same time, this methyl group shall transfer from this to this carbon. It is transferred over here. So what we shall get at the same time? At the same time, we shall get a positive charge at this position. So this shall be stabilized. Positive charge shall be here. And one hydrogen from here shall be lost to generate a double bond at this position. So ultimately, what we shall get? We shall get this methyl shall be transferred to this position, and the double bond positions shall also be changed. Double bond shall be here, and because positive charge was generated here, and this hydrogen from here shall lost to generate a double bond at this position. Now you see, this molecule has been converted into aromatic ring. And do not forget, This is also very interesting to notice in this case. Do not forget, that this OH is no phenolic. It shall give you ferric chloride test. So what is interesting, when you have this natural product, when it is reacted with ferric chloride, it doesn't give any test. So when it is been reacted with HI, first it is reacted with HI, and what happens later, it is been reacted with ferric chloride solution. It is been reacted with ferric chloride solution. So this is the two reaction which are been done with this. So both of them show results. HI, when it is been reacted, and then with ferric chloride, it gives a positive test with ferric chloride. So what molecule give positive test with ferric chloride? You shall see that in much detail in alkaloids. I shall present this. Why it show coloration with ferric chloride. What is the role of ferric chloride? Ferric chloride is basically an oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the conjugated system, especially phenolic group. This is a phenolic group. It oxidizes this. As a result, we shall get a H positive ion and a radical here. And then very interesting chemistry develops. We shall see that later. I shall explain in alkaloids. So anyhow, so this ferric chloride basically is an oxidizing agent. So it gives coloration with this molecule. It presents a very different color. It may be a purple color, it may be a normally red or indigo color, etc. If you are getting any coloration, ferric chloride is light yellow in color. If its color changes to a specific color, so it means it is showing a conjugation, and it is a positive test for phenols. So it means molecule has been converted into phenolic structure, which confirm that it contains this ring. This is on novelengels you have come across in reaction mechanism in semester 6, a complete course where active methylene you have come across. Novelengel rearrangement. This is called novelengel rearrangement. If you are having 6-member ring conjugated carbonyl conjugated with 2 pi electron system, it always aromatizes to aromatic system, benzene ring system, and form alcohol. This is called novelengel rearrangement. You have come across, I hope you shall also come across, you have studied in previous lectures in molecular rearrangement as well. So this is our rearrangement. You see this carbon from here, it has been transferred there. This methyl group is transferred from this position to that. This is a 1-2 rearrangement or 1-2 shift, this is also called. This is the migratory origin, this is migratory terminus, and this is the migratory group. Methyl is the migratory group, this carbon is migratory origin, and this carbon is migratory terminus. So this is the molecule which is been produced in this case. So it is showing what is the conclusion of this. This reaction presents that alpha santonin have a conjugated carbonyl system, double conjugated carbonyl system, and 6-membered ring. This is present. So ultimately, if I conclude it, that it has this ring. Let me delete this. This ring has been indicated. The presence of this ring is been indicated. Or let's say I call this and I R. If I put here an R group. If I put here an R group. So you see, this is how it was systematically worked out. Right. The presence of, I make with a green color, this was confirmed. So if I write here, it is not essential that you should have a methyl. This methyl was later discussed. All right. But this nucleus, this what I have presented in green, because novelangial rearrangement is subject to this one. When it is protonated with HI, it undergoes that mechanism and results in the formation of this aromatic system. And this shows positive test with phenolic components. I hope this shall be clear right now to everyone. What is the role of HI? So let's see if I delete this and go to the other possibilities. So this is alpha santonin. This part of the ring is been identified in this molecule with this simple reaction. Similarly, let's see when this is being reacted with, sorry, I have written, let's say if I present this in a different way, what happened? HI gives different reaction. HCl undergo this reaction and HI undergo this reaction. HI is capable to protonate this oxygen here. If you remember, this oxygen is delocalized, but this oxygen have a lone pair which is not delocalized. So HCl can even protonate this, but HI is more stronger. So it even this lone pair on oxygen with it delocalized with this carbonyl, it can protonate that as well. HCl is not able to protonate this. HI can protonate this. All right. So HI basically protonates this one and may cleave this ester functional group. Mean convert this back into alcohols. So let's say, so what it results? This results in the formation of this molecule. It results in the formation of this molecule that this bond is clipped. So if this bond is been, so what we shall get? I shall write the carboxylic group on the other side. So we shall get a carboxylic group at this position. This is the ring is been cleaved. All right. So this ring is once cleaved, the molecule becomes acidic. It shows acidic pH. It means carboxylic group is generated. And this is basically what is happening in this case. HI is when reacting, it is cleaving. It means a carboxylic group is generated. How a carboxylic group generates? It means carboxylic group is already present. So lactonic functional group is indicated in this molecule. So this molecule shows that a lactone ring is being present in the molecule, lactone. But it is not essential that it is a 6-membered ring or it is a 5-membered ring. It can be any membered ring. All right. But this lactonic functional group is being identified because carboxylic acid cannot be a part of the, it cannot be an alkyl chain in fact. So this has been confirmed with this molecule that it is having in fact a lactone functional group. Now you see, if we carry out IR, it is very easy these days to identify this group. Let's say if we are going to IR of this molecule, definitely we shall get two carbonyl system. One is this carbonyl conjugated with pi electron shall absorb around below 1700. 1700 around. Let's say this is absorbing around 1700. Lactone absorb around 1750. So we shall get this signal. So two carbonyl signal we shall get in IR, clearly indicating the fate of this molecule. But when this molecule we carry out, so we shall observe one carbonyl around 1700 signal shall disappear and one OH signal shall appear in 3300, 3400 per centimeter. So this is the reason that we can easily identify these. But we are talking about when the people didn't have IR or any other instrument, how they were concluding the structure. You see, this is called chemical method of analysis. This group was identified
with simple reaction with ferric chloride test, and this group was identified by reaction with HI. Similarly, when hydrogenation was carried out, when this molecule was hydrogenated, so what it presents when this molecule was, let's see, if I present, so when it was in fact reacted with hydrogenation is carried out, hydrogen H2 on palladium. So this is hydrogenation is taking place. So when hydrogenation over palladium was carried out, so what this gives? It gives very interesting product, hydrogenation. So you see two hydrogen shall add here, two shall add here, two shall add here. And what it shall conclude? It concludes a very interesting feature. Three equivalent of hydrogens are being added. Let's see what product it forms. I shall present it likewise. So it results in fact, it results in the formation of this molecule. So it means three equivalent hydrogen is added. So what this indicate? It indicates there are 3 degrees of unsaturation, right? So 3 degrees of unsaturation, 3 equivalent hydrogen is added. This is a very interesting information that we obtain from this. So this is a good information. 3 equivalent mean there is 3 double bond equivalent, but it doesn't end here, because when we react this with bromine, let's say two equivalent bromine is added. What this indicate? That two equivalent bromine is added and 3 equivalent hydrogen is added. 2 equivalent bromine which is added, showing that there are 2 carbon-carbon double bond present in the molecule. So which are these two? So these 2 double bonds are being confirmed, which are indicated here. These are the 2 double bonds indicated here. This carbonyl was also indicated. How it is confirmed, I shall show in next reaction. So anyhow, the degree of unsaturation was calculated, but later on we know there is a carboxylic group is also present, because lactone ring breaks and results. Normally, esters are saponified. That is a basic medium. We use alkali sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. So in basic medium, esters undergo this reaction, but only lactones reacts with HI to form breaking the oxygen carbon bond, oxygen carbonyl bond, which gives you alcohol and carbon. This is the role of HI, which is very strong acid. It is capable to break this. Otherwise, if you have a normal ester, in the presence of HI, this reaction doesn't take place. So anyhow, this concludes here that there is an ester, there is another degree of unsaturation, carboxylic, because the medium becomes acidic. When this product is obtained, this have an acidic pH, which confirm a carboxylic group is indicated. If carboxylic group is present, it means it is present in the form of ester, because this molecule solution is neutral. It have pH around 7. It is neither acidic nor basic. So it means it is present in the form of ester. So this is the degree of unsaturation not indicated from here. But hydrogen doesn't add to this lactone ring, although carbonyl is also there, but it reduces aldehyde or ketone, not ester, not acid chloride or anything else. So it is being reduced in fact. So here 2 hydrogen and 1, but bromine adds 2 equivalent because it indicate 2 double bond again are being confirmed. All right. And this carboxylic group has already been confirmed with an OH. So similarly, how